Howdy, everybody. Welcome to the Q&A for December. It's January when we're recording this, but that's because we like to take breaks. We're doing our... What?
Sorry,
No, he's me. Don't worry, keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Anyway. We have some questions that we are going to answer in a forum that's on our Discord. Guys, we have a Discord if you don't know, so go over to our Patreon, get into our Patreon, and then from there, you can get into Discord, and then from there, you can ask a question, which would be in a video. You can also leave a YouTube comment, but answer those a lot quicker in terms of like it not being in a video format, so it's not as special. But do that, and then you could be a person that's mentioned in this video that we then can talk about verbally.
That's actually all accurate. Can I add on to the Discord thing as well? If you ever have any questions about Unbeatable as a system or as a game, it's so nice that we have such a dedicated little fan base because I don't have to answer questions anymore. The fans answer it for us. Oftentimes somebody will be like, hey, how does this rule work? And then like 4 people will be like, that's how this rule works. And it's a good feeling. You all know who you are, who are doing it. Shout out to you.
I can't wait to start getting rules lawyered on our own system.
It's already happening. It's already happening. I'll tell you right now, it's already happening.
Yeah, so all that's to say, 4 out of 5 times you'll get the right answer from a fan correcting stuff, which is great. And that saves us time from having to like upkeep. You know what I mean? First question is coming from Todadoodle, which is this question was posted by Lena in the comment section of the November Q&A. So if you pop over to the comment section on that Q&A, you can see this too. But they didn't want them to not get it answered because they liked it. What would be a great gift for the character and for the characters and Vermilion? I thought it was for the character Vermilion, but let's start with Vermilion then. What would be a good gift for Vermilion? And then we can answer our own questions and then assume what Coryne's character would want as a gift.
Kenna died. That's why she's not here. No, that's a joke. Kenna was just feeling not good today, so we said you don't have to be here for the Q&A. With Vermilion, I don't know, man. I think Vermilion is not like, spoiler alert, Vermilion's a little bit loaded.
So yeah, very much that case of whatever they want, they would get.
Exactly.
They would get them
so
for themselves.
You have to do something personal. It can't be something that would be like clutter, like, but if it comes with thought, I think it's probably a good thing. I think music or a t-shirt is like really good for Vermilion because if it makes them laugh or makes them calm, it'll be good for them.
I think what Seth would get Vermilion would be some type of like, the snacks that you get that aren't ones that you just normally would get from a store.
Oh,
that are like, I would get this, but I wouldn't normally buy it for myself type of thing.
Yeah,
one of
100%.
those. That's not handmade because I know they would have a concern with that. From Seth.
Maybe like one of those like snack boxes that you can order online that have all the like specialty snacks in them.
Something like that.
Yeah,
that's what I reckon.
That's a good one.
What would be something that Gavin would want?
Gavin would want for himself.
Like it's a good present. Like if Gavin received it, he's like, "Oh my god, this is a great present."
I think Gavin more enjoys receiving and opening presents than he cares about what's in them.
Wow.
So you telling me Gavin was a cardboard box kid? Like he would just get the presents and then play with the box?
I think the sentiment of receiving a gift from someone is the most important part of it to him. That people are close enough and care enough about him that they would get him a gift, I think is very important to him.
So knowing that, Seth would give him an empty box with really good wrapping paper.
He would find a use for an empty box. Like, yeah. I don't know. Probably like something to do like with a new gadget to use in tandem in battle, like a versus seeker or something. That'd be cool. I think for Vermilion, because Vermilion is loaded and can get whatever they want, I think Gavin would like work to find something you can't buy, like we did with the Magmarizer, that kind of thing.
Okay. Very cool.
I think Seth would want a cookbook or a like list of recipes that other people like swear by. You know, it's like you get those type of
yeah,
things
like the
where
Marie
it's like,
calendar, like
but not in a like a larger style where it's like, oh, everyone can get this. It would be like, hey, I got this from my family who got this from this one store that doesn't exist anymore. Like a rarer type of cookbook and or recipe that's more like niche.
You want specific. The low key word of mouth grassroots like cookbook.
Exactly. Yeah, I want a cookbook that's not done in measurements, but is done in like eyeballing. It's like, yeah, you want a little bit of this. Yeah, you get one of those. Couple
like
of that.
3 scoops of powder, like 2 pinches or whatever.
And then that would be good. Or a Poffin machine. That would be neat.
Ooh, yeah. That's what Gavin would get, Seth, because they come from Sinnoh. So
there you go. Poffins cannot come from Sinnoh.
I think that would be good.
What am I thinking of?
No, I agreed.
They are, yeah.
That's
yeah, okay, yeah. No, we're on the same page.
I thought you were being like, put you into anything.
No. I just have a naturally sarcastic voice. I'm sorry.
That's crazy to think that you're saying you have a naturally sarcastic voice when I am the embodiment of resting.
I didn't say it was the most sarcastic voice.
I didn't say it wasn't. I'm just saying
out every once in a while.
Out of the two of us compared, I don't think anyone would have said that you had a sarcastic voice if I was standing there next to you being like, oh man,
mean mugging with your face,
mean mugging and just existing how I do. Anyway, next question. That's just Aaron talking. Ignored that. Next one after that is from
Coryne.
Oh yeah, what would be a good one? Protein powder.
I get Coryne one of those speed chess clocks with the tick, tick, tick.
I would get Coryne a replenished first aid kit for myself.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So that they can help me if I get hurt again.
This is really a present for Seth, but it's
for real. Yeah, it's one of those like, I could get this and then make sure I'm safe.
I think Vermilion would accidentally get everybody something that's like way too expensive. So like
AirPods.
For like for Coryne, it would be like a really expensive like Gerber multi-tool, like just like one of those like multi-tools that's like it lasts you your whole life because it's like $300. You know what I mean?
I was thinking those the Kalos roller skates.
Oh my god!
It's like this is $10,000 each. This is like an investment. Okay. I think that is. Is there anyone else we're missing? Professor, what would you want?
What would I want? To be able to finish arcs quicker.
Great answer. Next question comes from Dinosaur. Or so you think.
Or so you think.
Dan says, in a related question, and with the holiday occurring last month.
It's right around the corner, guys.
Christmas, only a day
only
away.
350 days away.
What was your Pokemon's favorite, or what was your favorite Pokemon gift of any of the cast members have received? If you can think of anyone, what was a nerdy gift that you loved getting? I have all of my Pokemon gifts that I've gotten on my desk here. I got that from Aaron. I got this from Aaron. I got this. Whoop, this. I don't know why I'm doing that. I got this Cherish Ball from our friend Cory. Might see in the future. Who knows?
I don't think so well.
And then I 3D printed that Pokeball, so that was my own doing. Do you guys have Pokemon gifts that you enjoy?
I actually answered this in a previous Q&A when I talked about a Piplup toy that I received because I sent Santa a Christmas present, and then I received an early Christmas present from Santa.
Oh,
it was great. I don't remember what month that was in. It was probably the November one, given that it was leading up to Christmas. But it was, I think I answered this one there.
I can't think of any time that I've received like a Pokemon related gift for Christmas that wasn't just a Pokemon game. Like I'm
don't
sure
think
for
it's
a few
necessarily
Christmases,
for Christmas. It's just a nerdy gift that you loved. It could be about Pokemon, obviously, but
what was favorite Pokemon gift was the question. And if you can't,
they also said if you can't think of Pokemon, you can get a nerdy.
It would be just be Pokemon games, I guess. But if it were talking Pokemon gift, and then for just nerdy gift in general. I have ADHD. I'm blanking on everything I've ever received in my life.
Haven't you received literal swords as presents?
I bought most of my swords myself.
Okay, fair enough. You spent a lot of money on swords.
What we need to learn nowadays is to treat yourself. So
treat yourself. That's a gift.
Yeah, that works.
100%.
Didn't Aaron? We got Kenna a. What was it? It was something else with the bowl. Wasn't there's something else that we got though that was like nerdy adjacent, right?
Well, we got a matching like bowl ramen set. So it was the coffee cup and the bowl were all set up the same. So I don't think necessarily that would count as the nerdy thing.
Oh, this Christmas, my brother got me it's from a company called Displate. They do like metal posters.
Okay.
And it was
Not
like
sponsored, yep.
It looks like a page out of like a monster compendium of a mimic, which is
That's
pretty
pretty
significant to us because of a pretty dead company we are both still technically in.
Nobody move. Nobody move. I'll be right back. Nobody move. I'll be right back. Okay, I've returned. Oh, look at this show's mimic. The reason I left when you said that was because this Christmas, from a family member, I received this chest. It's a very nice chest, but I'm so
Take your breath. Take your time. Take your time.
But it's also a mimic.
Oh my god!
It's so gooey.
Little bucks for your trinkets.
My trinkets. That's my new dice box.
Yeah, that's another gift I received recently.
Anything I can think of.
There you go.
Cool. On to the next one. Maybe put a little emoji next to this. Thanks for the question, Dan. Next question comes from Echo in the Fog. Would the players plus Vermilion dress up their Pokemon during Christmas? And if so, what would they dress them up as? I can't dress up Richter because he'll eat it. And Bowie can wear a hat if he wants to, but Richter will try and eat that too.
Ava would be dressed up as Articuno for Christmas.
Yep.
Prince would probably just wear like a Santa hat. Yeah. I don't think he'd be super interested in getting into a full costume. Team Bonk would be elves. And Queenie would be.
Can I offer an alternative for Prince?
Pause. When are we putting this episode out?
Like today.
So wait,
Team Bonk's already been revealed. What are you talking about?
No, what are you gonna say for Prince?
Oh no, I was gonna say because okay, real quick, I'm just gonna take it because it's not gonna happen.
Okay.
As an alternative for Prince, can I offer that because Bugle rides Prince all the time, you put Bugle in a little Santa hat and then you put like reindeer horns on Prince, and it's like a little reindeer with like a little Santa on it.
Interesting. No, I'll tell you what. Team Bonk would be dressed as reindeer.
There you go.
Prince, Bugle would give Prince a bubble beard, and Prince would be Santa.
There you go.
And then Queenie, I don't know what Queenie would be, and Bugle.
Queenie is the Christmas tree.
Yeah, Queenie just does that with their drills.
Oh wait, it's the Christmas star. You just gotta put the arms out and you make the little Christmas star. That's cute. And
Bugle is just being a menace with the bubbles, trying to make everything look like snow, but everything's actually just wet.
Every time we get to a question like this, it occurs to me how the sheer amount of Pokemon that you have. Whenever we do these questions, like, you have so much.
I don't remember if you guys know the tagline of this whole game. It's gotta catch them all.
That's the tagline of the show. That is specifically a marketed show that makes kids buy everything. I think for Myrtle, Coryne would get her some. Actually, she doesn't even need them. She would just get like an elf hat because she already has like the elf pointed kind of ears.
Oh yeah, the big fluffy ears. Yeah.
Yeah, and just give them a little hammer to be making little wooden toys.
Oh, that's cute.
And I don't think Smolder would just be the fireplace.
Yeah, Smolder would just go be in the fireplace. And I don't think Vermilion would think of their own accord to dress up their Pokemon, but once they see how absolutely cute everybody else is, they would like fawn over everybody's Pokemon.
Smolder would be wearing a little chestnut hat.
Oh, that'd be cute because it's the chestnut on a fire. And Kenna's clever enough to think of that.
I'm certain.
Oh yeah, I'm not that
You're
clever.
welcome for all of this.
I think if it'll be Vermilion didn't think of an outfit in time, and then Gerber went and just cut up the garments that were needed to make like a Santa outfit for Zippo, and then they put it on Zippo, and then it just burns.
Yeah,
it just burns. This is so
it's
sad.
It's like, oh, well,
so
we
sad. Zippo, boy, despacito. This is so sad.
Okay, great question. Next one comes from Trinam. In an episode recently, you made / mentioned a joke that Coryne would make a great contest trainer, and that you should work out how contest works. What are the mechanics you have considered including in Unbeatables? Things like contest, ranger stylist, SOS, chaining, etc. Quick answer, we haven't. Real answer, we kind of have. It depends on just if we want to flesh it out more, but otherwise I think it's like it's gonna boil down to like we just look at how the contests are done in the game and then translate that to what type of roles we want to make, and then obviously there's like the in-game translation of moves and what they do in contests that we have to like account for, or if we just go based on how the trainer describes it, could be a good way to do it.
Yeah, because
but feel free to usurp me, Aaron, with whatever you think would be the accurate thing.
I want to hear what Burrty's about to say first, and then I'll tell you what I've been thinking about.
Because if we're taking it back to like how the video games work, each move has its own quality, like cool and cute, but that you would then have to go and make a conversion for that, and that seems like it would be a nightmare.
Whereas Aaron likes minimalist design in game, and Aaron was like, what if we just make a specific role system that uses stats we already have? Maybe having to do with, because there is a conversion table for Pokemon to like the like human stats that we use, like charm and all those different things. I think you could easily use different stat dice to represent different contest stuff. But also, I want to throw a quick shout out to a different thing on this list, because I know that we haven't mechanically looked at including it. But Matt, I know you've been excited about the idea of ranger stylists the entire time we've been playing the game, to the point where when rangers did show up at one point in the campaign, Matt was very excited about it.
Yeah, rangers are dope.
Rangers are very cool.
Yeah, if Seth ever died and needed to be reincarnated, I would just make a ranger character, I think. Not really though. Seth's immortal; he can't die. Great question though. Happy to have given the answer for that. Next one is from Sweet T. Professor Aaron, this is perhaps the most important question that could be asked. ... Whatever happened to that Goomy?
Let's roll for it.
The one from
it
the
died?
from the from the like pet store.
Yeah, the one you just walked over like a monster.
I didn't walk over it. I was.
Oh yeah, you did. You stomped on it. My bad.
Stomped on its heart.
You threw it at the wall.
Not me adjusting my lights mid thing. Right. But let's roll for it. Let's see what happens.
What are we rolling for? What does this mean?
The fate of Goomy.
You didn't sell us
something
the
good
standards.
happened to it.
Damn,
something good happened to
Goomy's
it.
dead.
Did it
everyone.
evolve?
Well, I'll tell you. Do you want to know I rolled a d20 just to get a vibe. You want to know what number I rolled?
20.
Nat 20?
I did roll a 20. I did in fact roll a 20.
Nice.
So that means Goomy's probably with a loving trainer that might show up maybe later in the show.
Goomy has actually stopped all the criminals.
Yeah, Goomy is Batman, and Gotham is now.
Goomy made all the bad guy dice go down or go up a size.
Yeah, 100%.
Next question comes from Todadoodle again. The characters are at different raves with the music they vibe with the most. They're really feeling it. What dance move do they bust out?
Oh, I got one for Vermilion. I got one.
Go for it.
Vermilion busts the doesn't show up.
Yeah, I believe that. I think Seth does the looks for snack bar because he assumes all parties have a snack bar to like pile up a plate and like secure food. Because it's like you go to a party and it's like there's free food. I'm gonna get the free food. And tries for that. I can't speak for what Coryne would do,
like,
but
Seth's
because
disappointed
Kenna's
that
not
he's
here
rave.
to defend Corinne's honor, I'm gonna say Coryne does the little like the sprinkler, that really corny move. I think that's what
because that's the thing, right? Is Kenna is really good at dancing, but I feel like Coryne is a little too awkward for it. You know what I mean?
Either that or Gangnam Style.
I feel like Coryne is also like unapologetically herself. So like the moment she does feel that vibe, she's gonna do something. It doesn't matter if it's embarrassing or not. She's full sending it.
What you got, Gavin?
I think Gavin would be very self-conscious to begin with and be very like not really knowing what to do, and then he'd get white girl wasted and just do whatever the music told him to do.
That's a mood. That's a fucking mood, dude. Gavin's the dude who's 8 drinks in and goes at like a rave, just like gets really excited. Oh,
and
yeah.
The camera zooms out and we're at like a jazz bar. You good there, Gavin? Okay.
Oh no,
that was a good one though.
Get me another old-fashioned.
What do you think? What would Tanner do? Start like line dancing?
Yes.
Tanner as Southern as... So I like to think that because of who Tanner is, Tanner's actually very y'alternative.
Y'all get out of here. Next question. We're done.
Tanner,
you told me everything I need to know.
That's a real term. I'm not pulling that out of
I know,
my
and I'm upset about it.
Yeah,
Trinam has another question for us. Great. After beta testing,
by the way, it's Trenium. You say, you always say like Trinom or whatever. It's Trenium. I'm defending your honor, Trenium. I'm defending you.
Anyway, know what's better? Just bleep out what I say it every time.
No, we're not gonna do that. That's so fucked up.
From user redacted.
After beta testing is finished, you've run as many as you needed. Have you considered making physical versions? Maybe through a Kickstarter or something similar?
I will answer this. Gavin is doing a shrug because I think that's kind of a good vibe. It's like, physical version is kind of not necessarily out of the question. But there's like a 5% chance that'll ever happen. Because the thing is I don't know if you guys know this. The American publishing industry fucking sucks. It's expensive and hard to do. But also the book that is going to come out one day is not going to look the way that it looks now in the beta test, because in the beta test we use a lot of terms like Pokemon and like trainer and all these things, and obviously Nintendo hates their fan base. So if at any point in time we ever wanted to put something out, we would have to make it a generic system, which currently is the goal. The generic Unbeatable system is on track to make some sort of version or release within the next year and a half. I think that's a good thing to put it. That's our current track, and we'll update people if that changes.
Great question.
Yeah.
Next question. Or?
Well, I think if I had to guess, I think for a physical version, I think Kickstarter might be the only way that would happen.
That's the only way it would happen, and we've got some certain plans with Kickstarters with how we would make that happen. But again,
physical would be the furthest down on that tree of things to achieve.
Physical would be so hard to create.
I think really what it would come to is like we get everything made for the document itself, and it'd be like a book length, but just digital with all the bits and pieces inside of it. And then it's like if there was an overwhelming stampede of additional funding to allow the printing, that would be the biggest thing, because it's expensive and high key not worth it in a lot of cases.
Share with your friends, make us really popular, and then maybe we can like partner with a publisher or something.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Next question comes from Rocker CCR9. What has been the most creative characters in the past campaigns you've played?
Oh, so for like any game?
Any game.
I once played a character that had 5 secret identities that were secret identities of the secret identities. So the character that got introduced in the first session was like the 5th layer of like this. It was actually the secret identity of this character. It was actually the secret identity of this character. And it went 5 deep. Oof. And I played the same mechanical character the whole time, but it took a long time for people to realize what was going on. It was very fun. Very fun.
Wild, buddy.
I'm furiously opening my Hero Forge to remind myself.
I mean, you once played a Child of Hades in a streamed campaign. That was very fun.
I've been thinking a lot about Cadmus recently because of PJO series coming out. I do love Cadmus.
Maybe we do like a reunion one-shot or something one of these days.
I meant to run one a while back using the Aegon system. But, okay, so I'm not going to pick Cadmus, actually. Although I do love Cadmus. I think the most creative character I've done in that PJO campaign was probably Heros.
Heros is fun. I really liked Heros. Yeah.
Heros Harper.
PJO stands for Percy Jackson and the Olympians, for anyone who's not familiar with PJO.
So we did a Percy Jackson campaign that you can still find some of it on the internet. In a few one-shots, I played a child of Euterpe, the muse of music, who was called Heros Harper. And he was really cool. And the reason why he was so creative was, I think he was creative, was because I made that kind of class for him, and I think I did a really good job. I've shown it to other people, and it's like, this is what I would do if I ran D&D. This is what I would do for bards, because it would be actually unique, and not just another caster.
It was really fun to have in the game, and I think with a couple tweaks could be something that was very, very, very well balanced, and I enjoyed running it as a GM.
It was just buffs, and it was awesome.
It was great. And what about you, Matt? What's your most creative character?
Most creative character. I don't know. I'm very creative. I think I'm kidding.
Why'd you say it sarcastically? You are very creative.
The what I've had the most fun with in terms of like creativity to just let the DM kind of mess with me how they want to is a warlock I have called Yona, who worked at a library and found a book that wasn't in like the catalog of the library, but when he opened it, he started seeing all these words and stuff like that. But if anyone else looked at the book, it was just a blank book. But it was basically, that was my packed book object. It was like packed with the tome or tomb, whatever. And that's how my patron like communicated with me, was like through the book. And I got to flavor all my spells based on like origami and stuff like that, because like the pages would just shoot out paper but would never like deplete in how much paper was in the book, to have spells come out of it. And like if I needed like a sword, I would just pull out the feather quill that I used to like write in the book, and it would just become a big giant sword. It just gave a lot of space to just do what you want and then interact with things how you need to. Plus he could read anything he wanted to with the Pact of the Eyes of the Pact Keeper, whatever the thing is called. And it's very cool.
There were so many evenings while you were playing that campaign where you jump into a call and you'd be like, I gotta pick like new spells or something, and I don't want to do this.
That game taught me that warlocks can't change their spells until they level up.
Yep.
I rarely know the rules of D&D. But I think that was probably the most creative. And then for Coryne and Kenna, I don't know.
Kenna, okay, I can answer this for Kenna because I know what Kenna's most creative character was, because we played a game of Curse of Strahd a couple years ago, and Kenna played a character who we were using. What is the name of the third-party supplement? It was
Tasha's?
Rimhall? No. It was a third-party book.
Oh right, yeah.
We were using a third-party book that basically like introduced rules for like a person becoming like an abomination.
I think it was Grim Hollow.
Yeah, and Kenna's character was like a scientist who had accidentally fused themselves with like a mimic, and just had like, I think Kenna was playing like a monk or something like that, like something physical. Yeah,
that's cool.
And like extra body parts would just like grow out of her every once in a while, or she'd like open up and then just like eat someone. It was so freaking gross and visceral, but it's so fit with Curse of Strahd so well that like it was really, really good.
That was an all evil campaign, and it's one of the few all evil campaigns I've seen that we followed through on being all evil. Like we did not become friends at any point in that campaign.
No,
we ended
the
that
epilogue
campaign.
Of that was literally you guys trying to kill each other.
Yeah, just all of us going our separate ways, coming up with contingencies for if we needed to kill one another until we could get out of Barovia.
Yep.
Wild and crazy.
It was crazy.
Final question comes from Dinosaur with an addendum to Trinium. Got it this time. When will Matt use Aaron's Pokemon voices for a song?
I don't know, Matt. When are you going to do it?
So, guys, that was our Q&A for December.
Do it, Matt. Coward.
If you have any other questions you want to ask, Trinium had said Pokey Rap with Aaron doing the names in their Pokemon voices, maybe. For me to do that, and I'll give him credit, he's now learned beats and measurements of music, but I would have to teach Aaron how music works, and he just got one part of it now, very recently, so I'm very proud
I
of
understand
him for that.
8th and 16th notes now.
But as I told him that time, that's like understanding what letter comes after the next letter in the alphabet. So we're ground level. We're working. It's the foundations there.
Now
but,
I know my
guys,
ABCs.
Don't get your hopes up.
Donate to the Patreon, and then Aaron can afford to commission Matt to do it.
Yeah, actually, yeah, do that instead. If you guys commission me, I will make that song, because my musical stuff is completely separate from my.
It is fully
from
separate.
my Unbeatable stuff, and I only do the Unbeatable stuff in terms of what I can do based on the
amount of people who've been like, new theme song when, and he's like, nah, I did it, I made it. There's a theme song.
It's a good theme song, and I did that for
it
$0.
Fucking slaps, dude.
So,
we are unbeatable.
Anyway, that is the Q&A for December, January, but we're doing
the January one's still happening later this month.
It's the December Q&A
anyway.
that we're filming in January.
Yeah, before the actual January Q&A.
If you have more questions, feel free to let us know, or get in the comments on our Patreon, and by that I mean get in our Discord. We have a Discord,
because in order to get in the Discord, you got to get in the Patreon.
Yeah, and then you'll see all the cool stuff that we do. So, Aaron, hit us with that soft piano.
Oh, wait, I don't remember how to do it. There you go.
See you guys later.
You know what sucks about that for you? Is you now have to have that extra. It sucks about that for me. I now have to have that fourth audio track.
I know.